Well, hello friends, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bernard. On this video, I'm going to take you through the last section of the Sarasate Zigeunerweisen, extremely difficult gypsy type music and very difficult to play perfectly all the way through. But we'll take it piece by piece, and I'm going to give you as much help as I can. Generally, I find that the tempo that works for my violin, the strings I use, is 132. Certainly, it can be played faster depending on your age, your skills. Where I'm at, 132 seems to work pretty well. And we drive through this first opening on the. We want to bring that accent out. That makes the character. And then on the next passage, the 16th, whatever fingering you use, I kind of use a half step shift, but it certainly could be fingered in a different way. Yeah, you could be making clean shifts on the 4, whatever turns you on, that whatever works for you. The main thing I want to point out on this passage, even though this spiccato, I would say keep the bow fairly close to the string so you can drive it. Keep the driving forward a lot. And then we come out, and a second time. So both of these passages, keep the bow close to the string and drive forward. This next section is very similar to the first, where you have that little you got that accent, which is really, and then you drive down through the 16ths. I do suggest that after you play there's hardly, you can do a recovery. I like to play, and I leave the bow on the string. I make the shift here, and then I slur these 2 16ths, and then back. So. It's a nice way to get back real clean. Here we go. This next section is a very difficult maneuver, and it's developed over the tradition is to play where you could play it all on the E string, but then the second time you have to do the same move. So the tradition has come to you play the first one on the A string, second one on the E string. And the way I think of it, I think of that first low E, this one, as a grace note. I think that, so it gets me going a little bit faster. Same thing on the second one. I recommend on the fingering, after you make the harmonic, you come down to 3rd position, and that's pretty easy, the first one. The second one, and then just find your way after the harmonic back to 4th finger A, then 3rd position. Seems to work pretty well in the heat of battle. So I hope that helps. That's a tricky one. Grace note. Gives you just a totally microsecond to get yourself organized and get up and get back where you need to go. This next section is a place where it'd be easy to start messing up your violin. You're playing these pizzicatos, You know, we do the first one left-hand pizzicato, but then want to be real careful. Just make sure you grip that and cover that screw so you don't blast your violins. This is how some of the injuries, you know, to the violins happen. And then we've got this third. It's not too difficult. Then we got to drive up that run, get to do the whole thing again. It's, you know, got to keep the bow close to the string, drive forward. Toward the end of this section, I like my personal interpretation. When I get to, I do a little retard, and then we have the slide going down to second position. And again, you know, it's interesting how we can find second position so often when we need. Next section on in my score and on my part, it's the last page of the piece. Very, very difficult coordination for this. Very, you know, it takes just practice slowly. I recommend you staying in second position all the way through here. So you just go through the first ending, second position. As we come to the second ending, what I do is I do a little cheat move here. Play open E and move to third position to make the clean shift to fifth position. So beginning, second ending, second position, open E string, third position, and then as we start the next section, we're in fifth position. Just stay in fifth position all the way through this to the end of the section. Always driving the 16ths, but in this section in particular, keep it under control because it's easy to get confused on these difficult combinations. Here's yet another very, very difficult section with these harmonics. Definitely practice slowly on the string. Now, when we actually play it at speed, we're going to play it off the string, but you got to make sure you get your fingers down. Because if you don't, the harmonics won't speak. And there's one in the 1, 2, 3, the fourth bar, I highly recommend. Make this one a little bit long. Don't come off too soon. Because if you leave it on the string and roll across to the E string, then you're going to catch that and it's going to speak. If you take the bow off the string, it's very easy to miss this. This is actually some of the most difficult part of this little passage because we've got to get the solid notes. The harmonics are difficult, but you got to get the solid notes too. This next section with the left-hand pizzicato is quite difficult to keep in tempo. Tends to slow down, but we're doing this pull-off move, right? And then It's, practice it slowly and then work it up faster and faster. It's very, as I say, very difficult to keep in tempo. This next section is quite bravura. I want to play this lots of G string stuff and gotta be all over the G string here. I recommend on the left hand pizzicato that you do like a 4/3, and then on the next one 4. Oh, actually, yeah, you could do both 4s on that. So it's just the first one, and then you're playing. So you're on starting the 4th position. I do a reach back. Just bring the first finger back so you don't have to make a shifter. And then 1st position, back to 2nd position, right up to 5th position. It's one of those amazing moves that we can do. And then reaching back into a 4th position. So 5th, 4. It works pretty well because the bow is bouncing. We got some spiccato going. All right, so we come to the last section, and again, I just want to remind you that you're really, you're into it. You're giving everything you got. Protect the violin. Always have that little thought, and don't mess up your violin with these crazy, the crazy stuff we're being asked to do. I also recommend that you keep control of the tempo at this point, because we've got a few bars of 16ths, and then we have this anime section, which basically a accelerando. Go as fast as you're comfortable. You got to set it up for the ending because you're driving through these 16ths. Very, very difficult. Way up high. The notes are very close together again. Especially that BC. Quite difficult to get those fingers, especially. If you have small, thin fingers, you're lucky. And if you have really thick fingers, you really got a job to do to get that. And then, so you finish, I like to finish on to do an up. So I come like this, got to be careful. There we go, yeah. I almost hit my own violin that time. And then, get to, and you can, of course, sometimes it's you just feel it. You just want to drive straight through in tempo. Accelerando, that's fine too. And then you can also sometimes take a little return, bum, bum, little finish on the pizzicatos. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this little teaching video I did on this, and I hope it helps you a lot. Gives you just some more inputs of how to deal with some of the difficulties in this piece. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.